Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks. This video is going to be all about the new physics which are being showcased on a test server. I'm going to be showcasing all of the different features that Wargaming are representing on this test server and also some of the ones that they're not, including ridiculous moments like these. But more on that later and how you can recreate it yourself as well. Let's take a look at the first aspect of the new tank physics, and that is that you can rock your tank back and forwards to gain gun elevation or extra gun depression. So let's take a look using the SU-122-54, a non-turreted tank with 4 degrees of gun depression. Firstly, to show you that this is the maximum extent of the gun depression, and we're going to place a marker there. So now what we're going to do is rock the tank backwards and forwards, and as you can see, the gun marker goes up and down well beyond the maximum 4 degrees gun depression of the tank. So with careful use of this mechanic, you might be able to get that little bit of extra gun depression that you need to shoot opponents that are below you, or maybe hit them in the hull armor rather than their stronger turret armor. Or alternatively, let's not forget that this effect can be reversed and can be used to rock your tank upwards, so to say, to be able to shoot tanks that are beyond the gun elevation of your vehicle that might be above you where you're unable to hit them. There are also changes to the suspension operation which makes it less susceptible to very small objects that you go over, which should slow you down less. The next key improvement is how you can physically turn your vehicle. You are going to lose less speed when you turn a moving vehicle, and also the turns will become smoother. But the real key feature is that if you no longer hold down your W key while you're turning, you can sacrifice speed to gain increased traverse speed. And let's take a look at that in the one and only Troll SPG, the FB304. So as we can see here, if you're willing to sacrifice speed of your vehicle, you can gain increased track traverse and turn around and take out your opponents. And it's not only on hills as well, as we can see here, just going along the flat. The FB304 is able to turn very quickly indeed, in a very short turning circle. But to be able to use this effect to its maximum capabilities, you do have to pick up quite a lot of speed. As we can see here, attempting to do it after a very short distance only allows to turn our tank about 90 degrees before we then start to have the slow track traverse that we normally get on the vehicle. But when your track traverse is this slow, there's nothing stopping you now from getting some distance from your opponent and then using the fast braking maneuver to be able to turn your tank around and get them. As we can see here, the FE304 gets some speed, reaches 40 kilometers an hour, and is able to turn round at 180 degrees, pretty much as fast as if it had just done a complete turning circle without using the momentum that it can gather by accelerating away from its opponent. And so it's going to be more important than ever to not simply hold down your W key all the time when you're going around in World of Tanks. Also, Wargaming have implemented a handbrake into the test server. Now, I wasn't able to get the handbrake to work for self-propelled guns and for tank destroyers, and you're still best to use the release W and just let your tank traverse guide your turn. But for my heavies, and more importantly, my mediums and my lights that do have a lot of speed, I was able to do some very effective maneuvers, as we can see here. So, here we come in our Tetrarch, bombing it along. We need to make some hard evasive maneuvers, a quick dab of the handbrake, and we're able to turn our tank with style and start reversing, facing our gun towards our opponents quickly. And boy, did Mr. Tetrarch look really cool as well. I can imagine some amazing highlights using this feature. But what about the downsides of these physics changes? Are we going to see the Muppets on our team doing really stupid things? Well, let's just see what we can do with these physics that I've been testing. Well, I expect there's going to be a lot of crazy people doing stuff like this. But this is when things kind of go right for the player. What happens when disaster happens and your top tier light tank on your team is a complete moron? And just take a look how easy it is, of course, to flip your tank. Uh-oh, Mr. Speerpanzer, you're not doing very well anymore, are you? A quick left and right on the tracks just shows his frustration. And 30 seconds later, his tank will explode. If this Panther is unable to get him back over. Come on, Mr. Panther! Save the Speerpanzer! You can do it, buddy! No, you gotta push from the side, not the back! Oh, the time is getting closer. Uh-oh. And that's how easy it is to lose a tier 8 light tank on a tiny little slope like this. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give you by far the most fun thing about the new physics changes. I give you the barrel roll. And this, I can stay like this for as long as I want, but I took it to the next level when I figured out that if I was very careful, I could do the tank walk. This was the best thing about the test server for me. And so a massive thank you to Overthrill and to M4 for helping me test out the tank physics and also for the lols. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video as well. If you did, please consider giving it a like down below. It really helps the channel out. And let me know in the comments down below what you think about all these proposed physics changes. We don't quite know when they're going to be coming out, but boy, it looks like they're going to be at least hilarious, if not also game-changing. And so as always guys, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.